Sir, that's your child. Who are you watching them for? The fuck you mean? That's your child, bro. Hi my dolls, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it is your first time joining us, welcome to it. I really do hope that you stay, you subscribe, and you become a part of this beautiful family. I promise it's worth it, period. So I'm sure as you guys can tell from the title of the video, you guys are going to be getting ready with me as I read and react to some of the Am I the Asshole stories I found on Reddit. Feel free to leave your opinions on some of these stories in the comment section down below. I will be looking forward to reading your comments on this. Now, without much further ado, let's get started with the makeup and on our first story. Oh, and by the way, I already started with my brows, so I'm just gonna get started with some skincare underneath my makeup because we all know that the secret to a flawless makeup look is a hydrated skin underneath. Also, I was installing this wig in the previous video, so if you haven't checked that yet, I'm gonna link it up here. Feel free to click on it and go watch how I install this if it's something you're interested in. Alright, so as I get started with the skincare, let's get started with the first story. So she says, am I the asshole for taking back a gift after I learned the birthday person would not be the one using it? My daughter, Jenny, 13, has a best friend, Morgan, nearly 13. The two of them spend a lot of time together at our place. I do not know Morgan's mother very well as Jenny doesn't often go to their house. This is mainly because Morgan's mom is a little chaotic. She has 4 siblings. Jenny is an only child and Morgan has said she likes the quiet. Morgan has done a lot of stuff with us. I occasionally enter radio/online competitions and will win tickets to certain local events. When I won 4 tickets to a concert last year, Jenny and I bought Morgan along with one other friend. We all had a blast. So recently, I won another pair of tickets to a concert that I plan to attend with Jenny. A few days after, I was told about a work trip that I have to take that falls that weekend. Jenny usually comes with me, so Jenny suggested we give the tickets to Morgan for her birthday. She could either go with another friend or her mom. I checked with Morgan's mom before we mentioned this to Morgan and she said that was fine. Last night, Morgan was at our house and she seemed upset. When I asked why, she said her mom was taking her brother to the concert because her brother has never been to a concert before. I asked if Morgan's brother even liked the band and Morgan said no. It was just principle of the matter. Morgan and her other 3 siblings have been to concerts. He hasn't, and since they can't afford stuff like this, he gets to go. I found this unfair and honestly a waste of tickets. I called Morgan's mom to double check this story and she confirmed it all, including her 11-year-old son barely knowing anything about the band. I said, I'm sorry, but I don't feel right giving this as a birthday gift anymore as they were for Morgan. I said we'd give them to Jenny and Morgan's other friend who I know likes the band, and we'll get Morgan something else for her birthday. Morgan is fine with this. Morgan's mom is pissed and says I'm trying to tell her how to parent. I don't think I am, because if a different friend gave Morgan the tickets and it was the same results, as shitty as I'd find her mom doing this, I wouldn't say anything and that's not my business. As I'm giving the tickets, I want them to go to Morgan. I'd also maybe feel different if the brother loved the band too, but as he doesn't, I don't want to give them. So here I am left wondering if I'm being an ass here. I don't know what to say about this. I really don't know what to say about this. Maybe you guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section, but that's I don't know, like when you give someone something, I think it's up to them to do with it what they want to, right? What do you guys think? But then again, in this scenario, the brother who is being taken to the concert doesn't even like it, so
You know what? Cancel what I just said, because come to think of it, she was right. These tickets were meant for her daughter and her best friend. The fact that the mother wants to take the tickets and give it to a brother who doesn't even like the band, and her reasoning is because she can't afford the tickets. When it comes to that, I think she might have been right to take away the tickets, because I'd rather give another gift then, because if the person I'm gifting is not going to enjoy the gift and this is meant for her birthday, that explains why Morgan was really upset. The person who the gift was meant for should be able to enjoy the gift. So you guys let me know what you think.
Anyway, moving on. Am I the a-hole for not letting my sister move in with me? My dad remarried only 1 year after my mom and him got a divorce. The new woman, let's call her Brittany, for the sake of the story, kinda always forces me to call her mom. And I just told her that she's not my mother and only my dad's wife. She never brought it up again. It's not like she doesn't have any kids of her own. She has one daughter who was in a different state for college when they got married. I never met her. I only knew her name. Dad invited me over for dinner to meet her once she was back. She's like a few years older than me. Let's call her Stella. Dinner was okay-ish. I kept to myself mostly since I really didn't know how to initiate conversation, to be honest. So yeah, Stella and I barely talked. Surprisingly though, a few days later, I get a call from Brittany. She told me that Stella wanted to move out and find herself an apartment. I thought she was asking me to help Stella look for apartments. Before I could even say that I was happy to help, Brittany asked if Stella could move in with me. Oh, I see where this is going. Okay. In any other circumstances, I would have agreed. But my fiancé will be moving in with me soon, and my apartment only has 2 rooms. The second one will be turned into a nursery. I told Brittany that I would help Stella find an apartment, but moving in with me would be difficult. She started a huge drama. She involved my dad, and my dad's like, don't be selfish. You have 2 rooms. Give one to Stella, blah, blah, blah. I think the only reason Stella was so adamant on moving in with me is to avoid rent. Mostly because she's shying away from 30 and still unemployed. Sis! But honestly, I can't accommodate someone else. I told them how my fiancé and I were planning to start a family. Brittany said, so what? 3 of you can fit in a room. I know you ain't talking to me like that. Now that's crazy. It's the entitlement for me. Anyway, moving on. Actually, no. With a dresser, bed, and wardrobe, we can't accommodate a crib in there. Last straw was when Dad said, you don't do that to your sister. She's family. I snapped. No, she's not my sister. And Brittany is not my mother. No matter how much you try to force it on me. There. I said it to their faces. I don't know why they get offended after hearing the truth. They all were offended. I'll miss my dad, especially since he has now cut contact with me. And the last message he sent was, can't believe a selfish, spoiled brat was a product of me. Yo! It's the drama. I'm astounded. I'm speechless. I really don't think it's fair for them to just, put this on her. She's about to move in with her fiancé, so obviously it's going to be very uncomfortable for them. And also, how long are they planning for them to be hosting, And this is the thing. I don't understand why Stella can't live with Brittany and her dad while she finds her feet. Like, bonus ishi na wazazi wako while you're figuring out how you're gonna, find a job. I mean, you're 30, come on, sis. You guys just let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Now, using my Damo Beauty eyeshadow palette, I'm just gonna go in with the brown shade for my eyeshadow, and then maybe we'll do a smoky eye kind of situation. So, moving on. Am I the asshole for refusing to give my kids business class seat to my sister. I've been hearing a lot of people raving about this, but let's see. I, 35, female, have 2 children, 6 female and 5 female. This summer, we are taking a bigger family trip to LA because we are taking my sister, her kids, and her husband. Technically, husband is paying for himself, so it doesn't count. Well, we booked ourselves in a business and my sister and her kid in premium economy. I don't know what Comfort Plus is considered as. And this was a couple months back. A couple days ago though, my sister called asking if she could possibly switch one of my kids or my husband in business because she said Comfort Plus didn't have enough room for her. By the way, her husband is flying Comfort Plus as well. I told her no because for one thing, I don't want to split one kid up with the other. And I feel uneasy when my kids aren't in my sight. Valid mom things, you know? Even though it was over the phone, based on her tone alone, I could tell she was slightly annoyed by my answer. She hung up after without saying much. Later, her husband texts me or her using her husband's phone and asks me again to reconsider. My sister is 5'7" and 145 pounds. So I don't understand the issue. Am I the a-hole for not considering it? I don't know what you guys think, but for real, as she said, how do you want to be in a plane? What if it crashes and you don't even know where your kids are? You split up one kid to be in the back and another one to sit with you. Like, no, come on. If you wanted comfort, make sure that you save up enough money for you to afford to sit in business or in VIP, whichever. But you asking your sister to split up one kid, how are you going to leave your husband in Comfort Plus, split up her kids, just so you can sit in comfort? I mean, come on, that's being a little bit selfish. No, that arrangement is not gonna work. In this case, I don't think she's the a-hole. What do you guys think? I think the sister is being quite inconsiderate, like, be for real. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Anyway, let me just read you one of the things that I'm kind of resonating with what someone commented. Obviously, your kids need to sit with you, but this whole setup where you're in business class and you book them in economy on the same plane seems guaranteed to foster resentment. Totally valid. Like, there's no way I'll put my sister on a bus and me get on a plane. Someone is gonna get mad unless this is something that you guys are okay with and you agreed, you talked prior, because she mentioned she's the one who booked the flights, right? Yeah. Did you discuss that aspect before booking tickets? Exactly. Did they? You specified that her husband paid for himself. Also weird. Do you normally pay for your sister? Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Anyway, this whole plane thing always just has people arguing and fighting over. You guys remember that video of the woman saying that the husband booked her economy and he sat in first class? That was weird also. You guys let me know. What do you guys think about this situation? It's a little sus. If you wanted to solve the problem, you'd both, just sit in the same place as a whole family. No one is gonna feel some type of way about the other. But then again, it depends with your setup. Do they usually pay for themselves? It's a whole thing. Hi my love. So as you can see, we made some progress. I went and did my eyes off camera because the eyes are usually the parts that take the most time for me, and I thought I'm not gonna bore you with all of that, but you guys will let me know if you want a tutorial. Is that my lash lifting? So annoying. Now I'm done with the eyes. You're gonna go to the concealer, contour, blush, and all of that goodness. But before that, let me read you this one. This one is fire. Guys, don't worry about my lash. I'm gonna fix it in a minute. But like, she says, am I the a-hole for getting upset when my husband says he watches our son for me? Anyway, let's get into it. Am I the A for getting upset every time my husband says he watches our son for me when I have to work? I am a SAHM full-time, but last year I started my own business and work a lot of pop-up shows in our town or have to schedule photo shoots on the weekend. Sometimes, but very rarely, I ask him if he can come home 2 to 3 hours early. He reluctantly agrees. Lots of huffing and puffing involved. Whenever I mention that I need more help from him so I can work more or be less stressed about general home/life stuff, that is cleaning, cooking, laundry, lawn care, house care, etc., he always says things like, well, I do help because I watch child's name for you while you work. Sir, that's your child. Who are you watching them for? That's your child, bro. I never say I'll watch our son while he goes to work, goes to play golf, works late, etc. It's just something I do because I am a mother and he is a father and he should watch his child. What do you mean you watch the child? Bro, this goes without saying, honey, you are not the a-hole. He definitely is the a-hole because what do you mean? What do you mean? He's been doing this since our son was born. Damn. He'll be 2 later this month. I'm getting so sick of this response. Valid. Your feelings are valid. Like, the fuck you mean? That's your child. Who are you watching them for? Bro, here hakuna kuongea. We both know who's the a-hole. Moving on. So now I want to do my under eye. I want to do my concealer, contour, and blush as we progress. Okay? I'm going to be using this Kiss Beauty contour stick. It's contour on one side, concealer on the other side. Moving on. Am I the a-hole for wearing white to a wedding? Sweetie, that's an unspoken rule. You don't wear white to a wedding. Let's get into it. Am I the a-hole for wearing white to a wedding? I, 27 female, have a friend, 25 female, that just got married last Saturday. My friend is South Asian, not Indian, and she decided to wear a red traditional dress for her wedding. I asked what the dress code were and she said that she genuinely just wanted her guests to look at their best. She also said that there isn't a forbidden, frowned upon color to wear as in Christian weddings in Europe. So I decided to go with a white cream dress. Anyways, I went to her wedding and had a good time. My friend said she really liked my dress, but while I was there, her other friends that are not South Asian, i.e. they are white, black, Hispanic, and all Christian. They went up to me and started with small talk, and one of the girls spilled pop all over me. I asked her what she just did, and she said that I shouldn't have come to a wedding with a white dress. Am I the a-hole? In this scenario, given that your friend didn't have a problem with whatever color she was wearing, that means you could come with any color that you wanted. I really don't think that's a problem. If she had a problem, they would have classified. But just to be safe, you don't wear white to a wedding. No matter how everyone else is going to take it, you don't wear white to a wedding. That's one thing I just came to find out. In this scenario, she says that she was allowed to wear whatever color and the bride was wearing red. But I see how that can be confusing because if someone didn't know, they'd probably think you're the bride. You guys let me know. Let's share and kiki in the comments. Okay, now for the highlighter, I'm gonna be using this palette as I read you one more item. So, am I the a-hole for telling my friend I told you so when she told me her boyfriend left her when he found out she was pregnant? Let's get into it. I, 25 female, have a friend, 25 female. Let's call her Amber. Let's call her boyfriend Jack, 27. I'm using fake names for privacy reasons. Amber is 3 months pregnant. Jack left her the moment he found out. I tried to warn her when they first started dating. I kept saying to be careful with him, not to get pregnant by him, telling her that he already had a kid he doesn't want to take care of. But she just kept saying that he truly loves her and that one day they're going to get married. I tried to support her. That's until I received a call from her when I was leaving work. Her hyperventilating, telling me that she found out she was pregnant when she tried to tell Jack the happy news they both got in a heated argument. Jack broke up with her as he angrily packed his stuff and left her apartment. I tried to comfort her as I quickly drove to her favorite food place, buying her favorite food, made my way to her apartment. I let her vent, but I told her she shouldn't be surprised since I tried to warn her. Valid. She started calling me an a-hole, calling me horrible friend as she kicked me out of her apartment. I know you didn't. She went crying to her mutual friends. Now they're calling me an a-hole, calling me heartless because I was not considering that she's pregnant, now possibly single mother. So, am I the a-hole? To be honest, in this situation, maybe the timing wasn't right. But to be honest, you were warned. But then again, you can't control what people do in their lives. So at this point, it was time. Just let her find out, you know? When you tell someone something and they don't want to listen, they want to do whatever they want to do, you can't do anything. You just have to be a friend for them in that moment. Because again, she was warned. But watu wako in love wanasikianga hata kweli. What do you guys think? Almost done. So what's left is some lipstick and then we're done. Let me read you one of the comments. He says, don't get me wrong, I agree that at best it's plain unhelpful. I'm only saying that I think there's a certain level of forbearance that in good faith all parties ought to give a little more of to one another, which is true. I mean, she did warn you and you still went ahead to do whatever you wanted to do. So, msiba ikikupata, when you're now in shit, you need to also remember that your friends tried to watch out for you and they tried to, make you see the truth, but you're too blinded. So I don't think it's fair for them to just cut her off just like that because, I mean, she did tell you so. Let's continue. Doing the stupid thing that we already know is stupid is pretty unhelpful too. It's easy for the person who is in the shit to forget how exasperating it is to be the one sitting across from them trying to help. Do you know how exhausting it is to try to be supportive when somebody is telling you how the abuser did the same shitty thing for the 5th or 6th time? True. Sorry guys. I keep looking at the viewfinder. I'm just looking at how beautiful I am. Like, is this me? Anyway, I've had friends call me asking me to come over because the abusive ex was breaking windows and wouldn't leave the apartment, only to then never speak to me again when they got back together 2 months later. I gotta tell ya, that feels pretty shitty too. Let me give you a true story of what happened. Juicy too. So this one time, I was sitting in my house. Then I hear someone knocking at the door. I'm wondering, I'm new here, who's knocking at my door? Anyway, I go open the door. I find this girl and she's crying. So me being an empath, I'm like, hey, are you okay? What's going on? She's asking for the key to the gate. So first I'm like, where's she coming from? Because how did you get in the building if you didn't have the key to leave? But then she's crying. So I'm like, that's not important. Just help the girl out. So she's crying and looking at her. So I go in to get the key. Coming back, I'm looking at her. She has some dust on her hand, on her trousers. She has some blood on her mouth. So me, I'm asking, are you okay? What's going on? Nani amekupiga? Because clearly she looked like she'd been beat up. Me, I'm asking, what's going on? Are you okay? Mind you, I was just new in Nairobi. I had just moved, My God, I'm so pretty. I just keep looking myself. Let me look here. So me, I'm asking, what's going on? Are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. And then she's like, do you have internet? Please help me call an Uber, Bolt. So me, I'm like, aye, cool. This is, So as I'm calling the Bolt, I'm, on my phone while still trying to find out what's going on, what happened to you. The boyfriend comes. So someone is knocking at my door. Hey, me, I'm opening. Nikoza, what's going on, Unataka? Now he's avoiding me and looking straight behind me to talk to the girl. And the girl is like, no, me, I don't want anything to do with you. Leave me alone. I'm going home. I'm going out. So I think the guy had locked her inside and didn't want to give her the key. So she was like, fine, fuck it. I'll go find someone else to give me the key. That's why she knocked at my door. But the way this guy is acting, and I'm Vuta, the guy is pulling, demanding that she goes back to the house with him. But me, I'm like, dude, this is my house now. He's trying to force to get into the house. I'm like, bro, this is my house. What do you want? You can't just come into my house like that. You stand outside. You'll deal with her when she's outside. Anyway, fast forward, I called the cab for her. The cabman said that he's outside, so she's getting out of the house. And this dude is trying to get her to go back to his place. upstairs. But the girl is like, no, me, I'm done with you. I'm going. So the girl is holding on to me and she's like, please just help me get out of the gate, because this guy looks like anataka kumpiga. Like the guy wants to beat the girl up. So me, I hold her hand. Now she's walking like behind me. I'm in front, leading her to the gate. Tell me why this guy takes her out of the gate. And by doing that, because at one point when I was in front of the guy, when we were already in front of the guy and the guy is behind us, the girl came in front of me so that I can be behind, just to be safe. Soon I get mtu akitaka kukupiga, now you try and, you get the picture. So the guy is coming back. He also hits me while he's trying to kick the girl in the back with his foot. So me, I'm looking at him like, why would you even do that? If you're sick and tired of the girl and you don't want her anymore, so you let her go. Like, what's with all the fighting and everything? Do you know when I came back into the building, because there was a lot of drama, he was trying to beat her and trying to tell him, hey, stop. So there's a lot. People are coming out of their houses, but they're just staying at their door. No one is interfering. They just, they're just here for their tea. They're just looking to see what's going on. So when I was coming back after the girl is in the cab, she's gone home safely. The woman above me tells me, you see these two? Leave them alone. They like fighting. They like arguing. This has been going on for quite a while. So it's not the first time it's happening. The guy is gonna beat the girl and she's gonna come back. At this point, I was like, people like those, you can't even help. You'll be there telling them, oh, show me, I understand. Just leave that trashy man. Tell me why you'll be the problem. She's gonna say, you're the one who was convincing her to leave the guy. So, matters za watu wawili, don't interfere. Because see what happened right there? They turned it all around for her to be the villain in this story. Like, that's just crazy. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. That was it for this video. The calls are not holding, but that's okay. I'm a redhead today. What do you guys think? Is red my color or not? Anyway, that was it for this video. Please do let me know in the comment section what your opinion is on any of the stories that we've had today, and you guys do let me know if you'd like to see this more often. We can actually make it into a series. Actually, we're gonna do that. Instead of just doing normal get ready with me's, we could be talking about and listening to people's stories. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao!